What's up, guys? It's RGT85. A couple of days ago on the channel, we took a look at the ASUS Rog Ally, a brand new gaming handheld that releases in the month of June. That's an absolute competitor to the Steam Deck. Make sure you guys check out my video talking about the system from a few days ago, but a lot of you guys wanted some more emulation stuff, and since I'm a man of the people, we're going to emulate some stuff today, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. But without any further ado, let's take a look at some systems running on the ASUS Rog Ally. Alright, so first off, we're going to take a look at some GameCube running on the Dolphin emulator. This, of course, is F-Zero GX. We are running it at 4 times upscaled resolution, and it's kind of pointless because this is a 1080p screen, not a 1440p screen, but hey, you know what? I didn't feel like changing it, and as you can see, the game is running at a rock-solid 60 frames per second. Everything is looking great. Everything is playing great. I am using a USB controller off camera because I don't know, that was just the easiest way to do it. But yeah, this game, you know, phenomenal game, a game that still holds up very, very well in the modern era, is running absolutely flawlessly on the ASUS Rog Ally. Next up, we'll take a look at one of my favorite video games of all time, Simpsons Hit and Run. Like, what a great game. You know, what a phenomenal idea to do for The Simpsons. A sort of Grand Theft Auto style Simpsons game. And I think the art style lends itself to be relevant, you know, still to this day. It's not a game that necessarily looks ugly from this era because, I mean, let's be real, there are quite a few. This is also running at the 4 times resolution. Once again, kind of pointless. I should have just done it at 2 times resolution, but hey, you know, you live and you learn and you figure things out. But yeah, once again, this game is running absolutely flawlessly. So GameCube is going to be pretty damn good on this system. I'm sure there's some instances of games that won't run perfectly at certain resolutions and stuff like that. But for the most part, very impressed with GameCube. Everything I threw at it, it ran great, but you never know. Next up, we're taking a look at Mortal Kombat Deception for the PlayStation 2. Now, this is also at 4 times resolution because I'm just an absolute idiot. But this game is actually a Mortal Kombat that I never played, and it's great to see PlayStation 2 stuff running at a full clip. This is running at a full 60 frames per second. I love these little stage fatalities. It makes me feel like I know the controls of the game and I know what I'm doing with this game, when in actuality, I'm just button mashing. I'm not very familiar with this game, but I did enjoy my time with it, honestly. I thought it was a pretty solid Mortal Kombat game, lots of blood. I might have played this back in the day, but I definitely don't remember it. But I am the king at this game because, I mean, I just destroyed that dude. Next up is the Prince of Persia Warrior Within. Now, this game was not running at a full clip. It was running at about 95%, and once again, it is upscaled to 4 times resolution. So I feel like if I would have taken that down a notch, it would have been fine, but it's running at about 55 frames per second. You can see there's a hiccup here with the game as well. So I'm kind of putting that on user error. I checked out some other PlayStation 2 games, and they all seem to run pretty decent, but much like GameCube, you know, you're probably going to have a good time with PlayStation 2 emulation on this device because of the fact that you can upscale things internally and make them look better. This was kind of my fault, I felt, with it, but for the most part, once again, PlayStation 2 running great. Now let's take a look at some PlayStation 3 with Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Now this game is also running at 60 frames per second, and I mean, we're talking PlayStation 3 here, folks. It can be a little bit hit or miss with PlayStation because of the fact that I did try to play Demon Souls and I couldn't really get anything to sort of load in, but this game, once the, you know, shaders compiled for the special moves, it was running great. What that means is, like, you might see little flashes of black on the screen when a character does a special move. That just essentially means that it is loading the shader for that, so the next time you do that move, it'll run fine. I tried out some other PlayStation 3 stuff. You know, it really comes down to the emulator. I didn't feel like tinkering around with settings and stuff like that. I was just kind of going for an out-of-the-box experience because I feel like, you know, initially that's what people are going to be looking for. You can obviously tinker this RSPC 3 emulator, which is what I'm using for the PlayStation 3. You could tinker it all to hell, and you could do a bunch of different stuff with it. But just the fact that PlayStation 3 is running and this game is running at a full 60 frames per second, like, that's pretty insane. And I think things are just going to become better because people are going to want to optimize things for the ASUS Rog Ally, much like things are optimized for the Steam Deck. And, you know, people are going to be able to figure out what builds of the emulators work best, what settings work best on the emulator. So it's very exciting. I actually had to download this fresh because I was using a 10 terabyte drive to access all of my games and stuff, but for whatever reason, it wasn't liking that version of the emulator. And the fact that this is a Windows-based device, that's what makes this so awesome, because I just love how easy it is to add stuff onto it. So PlayStation 3, it's running on here. This is running at a full 60 frames. It's going to be a little bit hit or miss though, but I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Now, this was a game that we took a look at the other day on my initial video for the ASUS Rog Ally, and that is GoldenEye, the reloaded one. I forget the subtext of the game. You know what? I like this game. I know people don't like it because, you know, Pierce Brosnan isn't Bond in this game, but whatever, dude. Like, I still think this is a solid, fun first-person shooter, and Xbox 360 stuff seems to be running very, very well on this. I admittedly don't have a lot of Xbox 360 games at my disposal to check out with this emulator, but I figure, you know, a fast-paced first-person shooter with environmental effects like this, kaboom, like, I feel like if something's gonna chug along, like this will probably be one of the games that would, but no, it's running at a full clip, looks good. I didn't do any enhancements. You can do some enhancements with the Xenia emulator, so I don't know, I just never got around to it, but yeah, you know, just checking this out on a base level, easy to just pick up and play a game, and it still looks really good. I think some games from this era definitely have held up better than others. So we're talking about a portable PlayStation 3 and a portable Xbox 360 with this device, but can it do more? Can we go for that weird system that was kind of a little bit more powerful than these two systems, but kind of wasn't? Just kind of depends on the game. Oh, yes, we can, kiddies, because here is Twilight Princess HD running on the Wii U CMU emulator, and we're once again running at a full clip. And I mean, Zelda fever at the time of the filming of this video is at an all-time high. Like, let's be realistic here. Tears of the Kingdom just came out at the time of the filming of this video, but you can see we're running at a full clip with absolutely no issues whatsoever. And yeah, you could be like, oh, it's a GameCube game, but it's an HD version of the game. The code runs only on the Wii U, so I mean, that's kind of a moot point in my opinion. I love this game though. I think this is a phenomenal, I'll put this game right up there with Ocarina of Time as my favorite. I actually like this more so than Breath of the Wild. I think Tears of the Kingdom kind of takes the cake with this, but yeah, we're running at a full clip. This is on a handheld device, a handheld system running at a full clip. Wii U stuff, PS3 stuff, Xbox 360 stuff. Like, forget the easy stuff. Like, I'm not going to show you guys NES and Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1 and Saturn. You know it's going to do that with absolutely no issue. There's no point in that, but this is just very impressive. And the final game we're going to look at is a game that I didn't really like it when it first came out, but I think the Switch version was better. And this is Super Mario 3D World. Now, you might be saying, do you have someone playing with you? And no, I'm just an idiot, and I accidentally set up two controllers at once, so I'm controlling both of these characters at the same time. Like, when one jumps, the other jumps. So this is Wii U running at a full clip. There is some little graphical issues. You'll see some flickering for some of the shadows that's going on right now. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, this also does Nintendo Switch stuff really well. I just didn't feel like showing it off because I don't know, I feel like Nintendo's kind of watching me a little too hard right now. But here we go. This thing is a beast for emulation, and the fact that it's based on a Windows operating system makes it super easy to set up and super easy to do what you want. So if you're looking for an emulation handheld and you got some currency to spend, obviously this is a $700 system, like, you might as well get this because this is going to do everything you want it to do, plus play new games. So here's a look at the emulation on the device. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.